Hello, Internet. Welcome to Creative Live. Thanks for joining us today. I'm really happy to be here. This is Guerrilla Filmmaking with Ryan Connolly. And if you have ever wanted to be absolutely immersed in a workshop that is going to teach you how to envision your films, how to shoot them, and how to produce them with any gear on any budget, then this is the 3-day workshop for you. And we have 8 exciting people in our in-studio audience that I would love to introduce you to before we get started. This is going to be a really interactive class, so we're going to get to know them in the next 3 days. Oh, also, did I say what my name was? I'm Susan Roderick, and I'm going to be your host for the next 3 days. So we'll introduce you to our in-studio audience, and then we will get the party started. So we have about 10 minutes. This is our pre-show, just making sure everything's running smoothly before we go. So we'll start here. I just want to introduce you all. If you let the people know at home your name, maybe where people can find you online if you have a website, and then how you got involved in filmmaking or where you're at, maybe if you're new or if you're experienced, and let's just have a conversation. So we'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Josh, and my partner Ryan and I run a production company in Vancouver, Canada called Transposition Films. You can find us at tfilms.co. Yeah, we do everything from small corporate videos to full-length documentaries.
And how long have you been involved in filmmaking?
With this company, about 4 years, but over the last 20 years, been shooting everything from Super 8 film to VHS, editing on analog systems, on linear machines that were really, really tough to use, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sweet,
well, nice to have you here. How about you?
Hi, I'm Sam, and I've been interested into filmmaking for the last 3.5 years now. I've always been really interested into movies. I've loved them. It's a passion both my dad and I have always shared. And after getting like a little camcorder for Christmas, a few years ago, I just couldn't stop just making little videos with it, and I've started expanding more. I've learned most of what I've learned about filmmaking online. FilmRide has been a huge resource for me, and I'm just really happy to be here.
Wow, we're really happy to have you here.
Yeah.
How about you?
My name's Jason. I've been doing filmmaking for about 8-9 years now, mostly short films and documentary films. You can find most of my stuff on YouTube and Vimeo if you search Stormfront Productions. And, much like these guys, I learned a lot from just watching how-to stuff online, and it's helped me immensely.
Great, very cool. And you?
My name is Axel. I've dabbled in filmmaking since my early teens, probably. I originally kind of got into animation and used to mess around with stop motion with a VHS camera where you couldn't even do single frames. You had to like pause to try to capture short things and stuff. And my brothers and I have messed around with film ever since. Right now I'm working for a software company that develops film software, and so I make training videos to show how to use the software, and so to do that I need video to work with, and so I'm just looking to increase the quality of the media that I'm working with there for those projects.
Great. Right, you're in the right place. How about you?
Cool. My name is Walter. I'm an independent filmmaker, author, musician. You can check us out on onetreeprod.com online. Let's see, The Road Warrior did it for me, and Raiders of the Lost Ark did it for me when I was a little kid, which is kind of disturbing if you think about it. But yeah, ever since then I've been wanting to make movies, and when I found FilmRide about 3 years ago, it was just like, yeah, yes, I can do this. And now I'm here. I don't know how, but I'm here. So.
Yes, you are here. Welcome.
And my name is Courtney Poniwaz. I am actually Walter King's wife. We are a husband and wife duo. Jurassic Park is my favorite movie, so that just kind of got me into it. And I love helping him do his thing, and right now I'm trying to become an actress, so I want to see the backside of it as well.
Very smart move.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm Maureen Cunningham, and you can find me at maureencunningham.com. I always wanted to work in films, and I started out a long time ago and started going to film school, and I got hired to work for a TV station, and I ended up getting married and having kids, so I took a long hiatus and have come back, and right now I'm working on a web series called The Genie in the Lava Lamp, about a genie who's been trapped in a lava lamp since the 1970s. So we're looking forward to working on that, and we're going to start in the next couple of weeks. So I always need more tools in my tool shed for doing basically no budget filmmaking.
Great.
Hello, my name is Bill Duran. I'm a professional prop maker from the Seattle area here, and I run a little company called Punished Props, and that's punishedprops.com. I build high-end replica props for costumes and stuff, and I also do lots of video content on the internet. And I'm very interested in visual storytelling. I want to do more with low-budget filmmaking. I built a couple of props for the proximity film that the Film Riot crew made, and I'm really looking forward to getting deeper into that world.
Sweet. Very cool. All right, well, I talked about how we're going to get into envisioning your film, shooting your film, and producing your film. And everybody has different strengths and different weaknesses. So would anyone like to volunteer and talk about if there's one of those angles that they're most interested in learning more about, or that maybe is a weak point for them? Yeah.
I know for me, I was talking to Josh about this earlier, that I quickly discovered that running the camera, being the DP, was not my strong point. I found people that could do that way better. And then I focused all of my attention on being a better director. And so that's kind of one of the things I want to focus on most, is learning how to be a better director for my crews who are, for the most part, inexperienced.
Awesome. I know for myself personally, doing the shot list and the envisioning and having it set up before I start shooting or making a film is my weakness. I just wing it. I just go in, start shooting, and then figure it out in editing. So that's a real problem for me. So anyone else like to volunteer? Yes.
A lot of the video stuff that I make is process type videos, instructional stuff, still telling a story, but I find myself, especially when I'm editing, not trusting my audience and making things really long and drawn out when they should be a lot more concise. So if I could work on being able to tell my story in a thought-provoking but shorter, more compacted manner, that's something I think I can benefit from, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, also, let's talk about gear, because as filmmakers, we get really obsessed with the gear. And I know this workshop is going to be gear heavy. We're going to cover a lot of gear. Don't worry, everyone, there will be a gear list if you RSVP for the course, so you will get the list. And we'll be talking, there's so much to handle when it comes to gear. Does anyone want to talk about gear, or how they're challenged by that, or maybe what kind of gear they use that they're excited about? Anyone want to talk about that? Yeah, absolutely.
Sound equipment.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
I have like
problematic.
the H4n Zoom, and that's about it. And I've run soundboards for live shows and stuff, but it's like really nice, professional boxes and stuff. Yeah, that's totally outside of my comfort zone.
And how critical is audio to making a good
totally.
film? I mean, we really need to make sure that that's done right.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any comments about gear? Yeah.
This weekend I borrowed my friend's 5D Mark III to go shoot photos, and I have like a consumer level Nikon, and probably a mistake, because now I have to go buy a full frame camera. Suddenly,
Isn't it beautiful?
When you go borrow the coolest stuff, suddenly you feel inadequate with what you're doing with the bargain basement camera gear you've got.
Well, why don't we ask everybody, what kind of camera do you shoot video with?
Well, I own on a couple different red packages, but it all depends on what the client wants and what the shoot is, right?
Absolutely.
You just pick the right tool for the right job, and not everything is, you need something big and fancy for. We also have like FS100, which we take out probably more times than none, because it actually does exactly what you need. You don't need to be shooting like 4K or 5K raw like all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what's cool about this workshop is that we will talk about how to do this with any gear and any budget. So, I mean, and it goes all the way from mobile all the way to, the cameras that are coming out now are just absolutely insane. So, how about you? What about you and your gear?
So I just started, maybe a couple years ago, started shooting on a Canon T3i, and I've been immensely impressed by it.
Cool.
Just being really in control with the camera, I've been really loving that, because before I was having this little camcorder that did everything for you, which was convenient, but you couldn't really have as much control for your vision. So I've been really excited just being able to get what I want in camera, and yeah.
Do you mind if I embarrass you right now a little bit?
Okay.
I don't know how old you are, but you are so articulate. It is blowing my mind right now. So you are so composed and articulate, and I'm just incredibly impressed to have you here. So
Thanks
for coming and joining us. How about you and your gear?
He's 40.
He's
really
40 on the
short.
inside.
I also shoot with the T3i for my secondary camera. It's a great starter camera, and then I mostly shoot with a Canon 7D, and then salivate over all the other cool gear that I can't afford.
So a lot of DSLR shooting in the
Yep.
room.
And my iPhone. The iPhone
Yep.
works pretty good as a B camera as well for behind-the-scenes shoots.
Certainly does.
I also have a 7D,
Cool.
which is mainly what I shoot with.
How about the four of you in the back? Are you all DSLR shooters or?
Yeah, I feel like I'm
Stand
a
up.
black sheep sometimes.
Why?
I have a Sony A77, so it's not even full frame, but it's still 24 megapixels and has 24 frames per second, and it's still fun to shoot with. It's just sometimes you miss the clarity of having the full frame. So
Yeah. It's
That's
amazing
my
what,
next package.
It's amazing what even consumer level DSLRs can do for video. It's cool.
Totally.
Anyone else? Yeah.
I have an HBX 200. I've had it for a long time, since it first came out, and it still works great. And I also have a T3i, and I intercut basically with the two cameras, and they can work really well. But I can also get that real great slow motion because it has the frame ramping that the DSLRs don't have.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited to get this party started. So why don't we go ahead and start rolling?